Did you?
Yep.
Welcome to Ruminations on Jet Space Magazine. I'm London Bradshaw.
And my name is Arson Nikki.
And we're here to make it clear. Holy shit.
It's not clear anymore.
Nope, not at all. I don't even know. I don't have any words about what I want to talk about tonight because there's so much.
But we're going to have a lot of words.
Yes, words are going to be said. I may say the F word and every other word.
Words. What's in a word?
Fuck word. So, Arson Nikki, you were here to make it clear this whole entire season, and I was going off what you said, and what do you think about? Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm still standing. I'm still surprised, though. We got surprise after surprise after surprise after surprise in this episode. I could not even believe it. We got it in the very, very first section when we had the 3 queens that had the hoods on, and then Rue suddenly brought 2 more in, and I'm like, okay, well, if we're already into this, like 2 minutes into the episode, like, how much gaggier can it possibly be? And I kind of wish I hadn't asked that question because it just got gaggier and gaggier and gaggier from the fight in the workroom all the way to the ending elimination. I mean, goodness gracious, it's hard to even know where to begin, London Bradshaw.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely thought that there was a lot of tears, a lot of joy, a lot of sadness, a lot of mending fences, even though the fence was hopped over and Ben Delacreme still went home. So, Morgan McMichaels, you better say thank you. Guys.
Yes, please. You owe her a muffin basket.
Yes, muffin basket.
Wrapped in something.
Separately wrapped muffins. Not poppy seed because those have opiates in them. So, we definitely have a lot to talk about in this episode. So, we're just going to get right to it. And we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to talk about our performances and whatnot. And then we're just there's no shade. This whole episode was shady, so that's what we're gonna get to.
Exactly.
So let's just straight up get started. We're just gonna hop straight out of the closet, be-doop, and talk about the worst and the best looks of this episode. Narnia, motherfucking bitch. Arson Nikki.
Yeah.
We need to know. Can you tell us your worst looks and your best looks?
Yeah, so we'll start off with the worst one because it was a bad one. Oh my goodness, Chi Chi DeVayne, I love you to death. I know that it seems like you didn't look like you wanted to be on anymore. I know you had that moment when at the end of the episode when people were asking, why should you stay? And you were like, I don't really want to be here, beating a dead horse. And I get that, but when you're on national television, it would be really nice for you to really put your best foot forward because there are people who are who want to see you do well and who want to book you for things. And when you come on stage with the flat hair, with the bodysuit that's all monochromatic, that doesn't have anything else to it other than a silvery sheen, the platform shoes were impressive. Don't get me wrong. It was quite the step up, pun intended, from when you were wearing your flats earlier in the season. But overall, it was just a pretty weak look for this far into the All-Stars game. And I know that she was not feeling so great about it, but that's just how I feel, girl. I'm really sorry, but you're still fabulous in my mind. What about you, London? I want to know. I really want to know what your least favorite look was.
I don't know if everybody's going to think that I'm just bullying the poor person, but they already feel bullied. But I just cannot stand Milk's look tonight.
Okay.
I feel like she looked like a cat, so she had that going for her. But she just looked like she came out of a Marc Jacobs. See what I did there?
Okay.
Magazine.
I do see what you did there.
So she definitely had I could be wrong, but it looked like a bodysuit, but it was kind of like a jean jackety kind of look.
It was like overalls,
yeah,
kind of.
We're gonna go to preschool and first grade. I mean, she is Milk, so drink it. Trading quarters for lunch money. I do have to say, you thought that Chi Chi's look was not the greatest. The shoes were the greatest for that look.
Totally.
Also with Milk's look, it was really good because it said Kitty on the bottom, so I noticed that when she was begging for her life at the end of the episode.
Details.
So I was like, oh, we get you. You still didn't come back. Maybe you realize that you kind of were an asshole, but your outfit didn't look that great.
Ooh.
But since we're moving on from that, what was your best look for the episode?
We are moving right along here. My favorite look was definitely Bendela Crem's. And here is why. I think when you look at the episode and you look at the performers who were wearing outfits, which is all of them, they all sort of had this similar sort of color to them. They all were in sort of a monochromatic, like gold, sparkly, silver, pink, white sort of thing. And here you have Bendela Creme in all black with the black shoes. I mean, she stuck out like a sore thumb, but in a good way, because if you were watching the episode like you were watching it like I was, you could see her in the back the whole time, no matter what she was doing. And that is a strong costuming choice that made her stick out in the performance and probably helped her win, in my opinion. London, I have to ask you, what was your most favorite costume?
Well, I have to hashtag YouTube Ben's Day Adams. Yes.
I love that.
You heard it first.
You need to copyright that.
From Jet Space Magazine, Ben's Day Adams. Because that's all I saw. My favorite look was Trixie Mattel. If you're going to do first grade right, you're going to do it like Trixie Mattel. Have the pie look, not like blueberry or apple, but mathematical. And so she definitely went out there looking like a first grader, but she looked like one of those first graders that grew up into a seventh grader. So that's what I was feeling. And she gave that off in her look and in her performance. But we'll talk about that later. But, you know, looked...
But like a first grader who knows like about pi and cosines.
Yeah, maybe she was an algebra teacher. I definitely thought Milk, elementary, Trixie, elementary. So there's definitely a difference in that, you know? So,
yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
Disagree?
Yeah.
Do you agree, YouTube?
Yeah.
Disagree?
Yeah.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We are going from the tops to the bottoms. No versatile. It was straight up elimination. So either you're good or you're bad. Arseniki.
Yes.
Your best performance.
The best performance on this particular episode for me was Aja, actually, which may come as a surprise to some, but I do have a reasoning.
I agree.
I think, let me, hear me out here. So Aja, in my opinion, had the most overall well-rounded, strongest presentation. I think her look was in the top tier compared to everyone else. I thought her recording session seemed to go very well based on what we were shown, and it seemed to me like she delivered the lip sync very effectively. She did use the splits and death drops a little bit too much, in my opinion, but that's kind of a nitpicky thing, and it's just a personal preference deal, but I can appreciate the talent because I definitely can't do something like that. So for me personally, props to Aja because I think she turned it out under pressure. What about you, London? What was the best performance for you?
This is going to sound very hypocritical. Bender Clem, do you know what that is? I think that my favorite was Trixie Mattel. So here's why.
Okay.
She was criticized in her session performance with Adam Lambert. She also gave Adam Lambert attitude. I don't know if you're aware. One performed with Beverly Jordan.
Yes.
Will and Grace.
Yes.
And then one sang with Queen. You're also doing a singing challenge. And should I go back and say one sang with Queen? So maybe you should take the critiques that someone gives to you who sang with Queen, a legendary group. But she turned it out. She did it. She did her thing. Adam Lambert was very confused, and she proved herself. So I think that for me, if you're going to do something that you want to prove people wrong, Trixie Mattel is a lesson to learn from because she definitely did that. We were really worried for her, but when she came out with her little seventh grader librarian look, she turned it out, and it all made sense in the end.
She went from first to seventh grade just like that.
She graduated. All right, so I mean, I'm going to change it up, and I want to ask you, but I want to ask myself at the same time. So I want to ask you what your worst performance was, but I want you to I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Great.
So rock paper scissors out. All right. 1, 2, 3. Milk.
I knew it.
Okay.
For some reason, I knew it. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
For me,
first.
yes. me first.
Damn it.
Let's see. The reason that I disliked Milk's performance is she clearly doesn't have like a dancerly sort of way about her, which is actually fine because if you choose the right character and make the right performance happen, you can actually use that to your advantage. We saw that with Kim Chi when she was on her season, and she had that sort of like clumsy character to her. And she ended up doing really well in the challenge. She used that to her advantage, and I wish Milk had owned that and used it because she didn't. So sorry, girl, but in a season and an episode full of really strong folks, she didn't really stand out to me. What about you?
I also think that, like, I agree with you. So I also think another thing is that you're coming back. Like, you were eliminated, you have a chance to come back and deliver and do a good job and show them why you deserve. And you're going to talk about the whole entire episode of how you deserve to come back, and you didn't do that for me. You were hopping around trying to steal the show, but like I'm not comparing Ben de la Creme to you, but like stand out and like play it off of what you think. Like, you're gonna say that you're a douchebag, like be the douchebag attitude that you have and just use that to your advantage. Like, Ben was angry, so Ben used the anger and won the challenge. You think that you deserve to come back? Show us that you deserve to come back. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Absolutely.
Or makes sense to anybody else, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, so, I agree with you.
Yeah. Let's get up to it. We've been waiting to talk about this, so let's move on so we can talk about what's important.
Yes, please.
Here it comes. Are you ready? Let's move on. All right, this is the segment where we say, what's the tea? And then Arson does that little thing where she grabs the tea kettle, pulls it off the thing, and is like, let's talk about the tea, electric pot, blah, blah. But today it's like a hot tub.
Yeah.
It's a huge hot tub of tea. My favorite tea is Earl Grey. I don't know what your favorite is. Green tea. You don't look very caffeinated today, so let's just get right into it. So, I don't even know where to begin. Ben won the challenge for the episode, and so did BB. Mm-hmm. And they had to go up against each other. Things happened. Ben went home. So let's just like mull it out. Like,
well, yeah. It's like you could clearly see on her face when Ben, specifically Ben de la Creme, went backstage and was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to send all these people home. I will tell you, since we are on the West Coast, I was able to look at East Coast spoilers before the episode. I'm a spoiler queen. Don't judge me. I like knowing. I know, right? We know. And I like knowing what goes on in advance, just because like I like watching the episode with that knowledge. And if you watch the episode knowing what's going to happen, everything that Ben de la Creme says makes sense. All of the stuff about, well, she's not going home, and I've made the right decision and it was easy for me. It all adds up if you take a look. So if you're into rewatching episodes, take a look because it looks exactly right and it all leads up to specifically that moment. Just you watch. Trust me on this one. What about you? I was shaken, stirred, all of that stuff.
Do you have
watching the whole episode?
Big enough ladle for the hot tub to stir the tea? I would just cannonball right into it. I very anti Adore Delano, like in all aspects. Like Adore Delano, like, I can't do it. Poor me. I'm gonna go home. And Ben was just like, I'm gonna do it. I did it. I won. Yeah. Blah blah blah. Surprise! I'm going home. I'm like,
I mean, go out on your own terms. Why don't you?
Like Julie Andrews' mic drop. Like when she drops the mic in her challenge and then she mic dropped, I was like, okay, like you did it. You did your thing.
Well, and not only did she drop the mic like in the actual elimination, but she dropped Rue's mic too. Did you see Rue's face when she eliminated herself? Because Rue is not really that great of an actress, in my opinion, when it comes to like making reactions happen. And sometimes you can tell when a reaction is fake. I thought this one was genuine. When she turned to Michelle and looked at her like that, that was all real. I did not think she was expecting it, and neither was I.
Michelle definitely looked surprised. So, I mean, if they were faking it, they did a really good job. And I need to hit up Michelle Visage for some acting lessons.
Seriously.
I set myself for the worst joke on the internet just now.
Give them all Emmys. Just give them all Emmys for those performances.
The Academy Awards are on Sunday, so let's get started with Michelle Visage.
Seriously.
She looked really shocked. But I definitely think that, like, everything was like, I don't think that Ben deserved, like, Ben probably would have been there still if, and here's how I think, if Hold on. I'm very bitter about this.
I'm holding on.
Oh, girl, you're so cold. You need to get in this hot tub with me. BB Zahara Benet. Queen, don't you know one of your things?
Oh my God.
To keep your wig on.
Oh my God.
That was basically handed to BB. Like, BB would have won that whole entire challenge, and Ben would have not went home if the wig just didn't pop off. If you didn't take your wig off, you would have stayed. And can we talk about Rue's face? Rue was like, yes, queen. Yes, hunty. Slay. What did you just do?
Her face just excuse me, what did you do in my house?
Yeah, and you're a winner of, RuPaul in general, and you're back for a second chance. You definitely just fucked it up because you took your wig off.
Yeah, and she won that lip sync in her season by taking her wig off, so I get it, but you have to have seen the show enough to know that that's not cool anymore.
It's actually one of RuPaul's pet peeves.
Totally.
Yeah.
Here's the thing for me about this whole elimination is Ben de la Creme was totally correct in that she was like, you know what? I've won this many challenges. I have left my All-Stars legacy. I'm going out on my own terms. I'm keeping my brand. I'm staying true to myself and to my convictions. And honestly, if you're going to go on All-Stars or really any season of RuPaul's Drag Race, go out in style like that. So props to you, Queen, because you did that. That is what you did.
And it happened. And it happened. I also think that maybe, I hope to God, even if it's in season 10, season 4 of All-Stars, if there is a season 4 of All-Stars, is that they have a Ben de la Creme challenge, because it should just be Ben de la Creme's Drag Race now, because you definitely won a lot of challenges. So if they did Ben de la Creme's favorite looks from season 3 of All-Stars, there's a lot you could do. And there's a lot of drama that could happen amongst that thing.
Honestly, if we had gotten to the end of the season and Ben de la Creme was still here, I would half expect her to take lipstick and be like, I choose RuPaul. I'm so sorry. You're going home. I am taking over. And I'd be like, yeah, whatever. You're Ben de la Creme. You won that many challenges. Do it, Queen.
If there was a Ben de la Creme challenge, I definitely would have taken myself and taken my own lipstick out as a performance / look, and then just walked off the stage and just didn't come back for the rest to be judged. I wouldn't have came back at all. I would have been like, I'm going home.
But it's performance art, so it's fine.
No more whiteout, Ben. No more whiteout. And who gave the whiteout to her?
I know. That's
who gave the whiteout
part.
to her?
It's there was no whiteout wasn't just sitting there. You know, she had to request it. Someone had to bring it to her. So there was a little bit of that going on.
Yeah. So sorry, Ben, but we love you, but we hate you, and we're mad at you.
We don't hate you. You went out in style, Queen. Good for you. You did you, and that's what's important. Whatever. We'll just go with that.
There's a lot to talk about. Is there anything that you wanted to say? Anything that we didn't go over?
Yeah, I feel like we've peaked at such a high story climax at this point in the season, and I just don't even know where we can possibly go from here in terms of emotion. I mean, I can't wait to see where else this season takes us if this is the gag in the middle.
Very milky.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm definitely hoping, because Arson likes to spoil things for me, and I hate spoilers. But Arson thinks that there's a mole in RuPaul's Drag Race, and there's never been a mole in RuPaul's Drag Race. So is there going to be one? Is BB a mole? Is there a peak? Is this the peak? Is there going to be more of a peak? Is this going to be a dick on your face? Is it over? Is it done with? We'll find out.
Who knows?
Who knows? Well, thank you for watching Ruminations on Jet Space Magazine.
Please do not forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Please.
Please, we need it. I'm Lyndon Bradshaw.
And my name is Arson Nikki.
Under his eye, folks.
Right under.